Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to In Conversation With. I'm so pleased to be here today. So, if you've never seen these episodes before, In Conversation With is me having a chat with somebody in the industry, a fellow business owner, to talk about life, business successes and struggles in the direct selling and network marketing industry. And I am incredibly pleased to be able to welcome to you Wendy Jones here. Hello, Wendy. How are you?
Hi, Anna. Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. Thank you for asking me to come pop into your life and into your group and, everywhere. You're streaming in numerous places, I understand.
We're streaming live various places and then it'll be up on the podcast soon. So exciting. So do you want to give yourself a little introduction to everybody? Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Yeah, will do. Yeah. So I'm Wendy Jones. I live in Harpenden in Hertfordshire. I am currently the UK owner of the Park Lane Jewellery business. So Park Lane Jewellery is an American company, but they have a UK arm, and my husband and I actually own that business. So that's where I am at the moment. But direct sales started with me 2009. I think I kind of slipped in through some kind of weird portal, which I know Anna's going to ask me about. So my direct sales journey has been quite a long one, but I'd say what I'm doing now is one of the proudest things I've done in all that time.
Yeah, I bet. So what was your starting into direct sales like then?
So my starting into direct sales involved a friend who wanted to earn a travel trip to Greece, I think it was, with Pampered Chef. And I think I'd been a shopper for a while. Ended up being a host with her. And then she said, I just need one more person. I've done all the sales. If I'm still in this sort of sticky spot in a couple of months, do you think you'd sort of join up to do me a favor? And I said, absolutely, no problem. She said, you won't need to do anything. It would, like, shh. I mean, we can say this now. Pampered Chef is no longer in business in the UK, but it was kind of like, you don't need to do anything. Of course, me being me, starter kit arrives. I open it up. There's an apron. There's a guide on how to do it. There's a mixing bowl and some spoons or something. And I'm kind of thinking, ooh, I could give this a try. I could do this. And at the time, I had 4 children under the age of 8. So I had a 9-month-old baby and various other ones, which sounds awful, but there was there's a lot going on at home. I wasn't really under pressure to go back to a proper job at that stage, but I did want something for myself. So I kind of enjoyed, the meetings. I enjoyed the new people I was meeting. I enjoyed being Wendy Jones rather than just Ralph's mum or Elliot's mum or Brian and Tansy's mum, or Tim's wife. I really enjoyed being me for me and just kind of leaving everything at home, getting a babysitter. It was like a guiltless girls' night out almost, doing my cooking shows. Absolutely loved it. It was fun. That's where I started. Didn't really do a massive amount with Pampered Chef, but did enough. Did go to the convention. I did promoter level. I did recruit a small team, but the product wasn't quite right. I didn't find it very simple and fun, and I didn't find it simple and fun to sell cookware. I did feel like I was selling it. I had to explain a lot about the finishes. It was heavy to carry, and I think my biggest was like $3,000 of sales, and that it felt like a lot of work. It didn't feel fun and easy. Yeah. So I didn't recruit a big team. And so it just sort of poddled along. But that was my first foray into direct sales. And I just loved the people I was meeting. I think direct sales really attracts a very different, not a different kind of person, but kind of fun, lively people who just want something a bit different or, a little more. I don't know. I just really felt I really enjoyed the community. And then I started to think, what other businesses are there out there? So that's where I started with Pampered Chef back in 2009.
Well, it just goes to show that we all start off from that same place. I was the same. I started off, I fed up of being just Laura's mum and couldn't find a job that fit around hubby's career. and the kids, and that's why I started exactly the same. And I did the same thing. I was with a company, and I loved it, and I same as you, built a small team, but there was something missing. It just wasn't the right product. The business model wasn't quite right, and I was struggling and getting stuck, and could only get so far, and then found the thing that worked for me. So yeah, very similar story. Fascinating.
It is interesting, isn't it? It's funny when you look back and you think about those decisions. You know,
Yeah.
if I'd said no and not helped my friend, you know, my life would have been, it
Yeah.
would have been completely different. I may have found it a different way somehow, but you know, I just wouldn't, I don't know. Every my life and all the lives I've touched, and the way the children have seen me achieve what I've achieved, it's just had far-reaching consequences, even on my mum, and I don't know, just loads of people.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think then? I know, totally off track, is the difference between somebody who goes, right, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to really do this and I'm going to make this a proper business, or somebody who just dots in and out and just doesn't really do an awful lot with it? What do you think has been that's made you the success that you are?
I think some of it is timing. I think you do need some headspace, and you do need to have it as a priority at that moment. So I think things changed for me. I was kind of lucky with the timing. So by the time Ralph was about 3, that's when I heard about Stella and Dot. And it was actually my husband who passed me the article. It was, you know, bling bong, Stella and Dot calling new style Avon business comes to UK. I can still remember the headline.
Brilliant.
And I was like, oh my God, this could be it. Because I could see myself doing the jewelry. I had a vision for a jewelry business that I could run. I could imagine people putting some jewelry out on a kitchen table, people looking. So I think the vision is really important. I think you've got to have a vision for yourself. And I could see how that would fit in around the children. I had the time, I had the headspace. I knew I had to jiggle things a bit, you know, up the childcare and these kinds of things. But at the time when Ralph was 3, that was when the conversations about going back to because I'm a pharmacist. That's what I am by training. So obviously that's a high income job. You know, I was starting to get the noises from my husband telling me that, oh, you know, are you thinking about going back to work? Ralph will be starting school. And I'm like, who's going to do all of the other stuff? Because it's not, you know, school hours. And it's not just that. It's opticians, appointments, all of the things. So I was like, who's going to do all of that? So I needed to find something that was a bit more on my page. So I guess I had a real desire. I had a passion to make it work and show him that could be a big income as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, there's loads of stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think vision is a big one. But you've got to have that hunger. I really had that desire to make it work so that I didn't have to go and be in a pharmacy again. And I did try going in the pharmacy. I did a week like work for free or something. I thought, oh no, I could do this anytime. You know, I did, but it wasn't exciting. I didn't, you know. And people in the pharmacy said to me, you know, if you can find something that you enjoy and you're making money and stay there, you know, it's changing. So yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I can't imagine going back to proper work. Proper work, yeah.
You have got a proper job, Anna.
It never feels like it. When you love something so much, it never feels like it, though, does it? No, not at all. Not at all. So what is it you love most about the industry then?
Oh my God, there's so much. I love the fact that we can offer an opportunity to someone, no matter what their history is, no matter what their background is, no matter what their story is. If they've got a desire to invest a small amount of money, we can do all the heavy lifting, we can do all the deliveries, we can do all the website, we can do the price changes, we can print the catalogues. You know, it is actually, and we provide all the support. So I think that's the thing. I think it's the opportunity for me. If people can try it, they don't have to sign in blood. They're not signing a big contract and promising to do something for even 6 months or a year. They're not promising anything. they can give it a try. They can tune into the training, get the support, one-to-one or group, and we're there for them every step of the way. I think that's my big thing. And then I think the unexpected things that people find are the friendships, the self-development. I mean, God, self-development, that's the thing, that's the secret sauce. That's the thing that people don't realise they're going to get. So they're going to understand things about, I don't know, just all the training, or even the vision board stuff. I watched Lisa's podcast with you.
Yeah, Lisa Williams.
On the vision board. And I think it's fantastic. I think that kind of thing, people don't necessarily realise that, and they get book recommendations that they never thought of. They're thinking about their mindset and how important that is, positivity, meditation, all of these self-care stuff all kind of comes into it as well, and self-worth. I think that's, can't put a price on that.
No, absolutely not. Confidence building for me was the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way back in 2005 when I started doing this that I would have ever thought about, I don't know, delivering a talk to somebody or interviewing on a podcast or, well, anything at all, or even just standing up in front of a handful of people in a living room, showing my products to people. I would never have dreamed that I could do something like that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, in 2009, well, I think actually even in 2011 when Stella and Dot launched, I was nervous listening to a call on mute. That wasn't even on camera. I was just listening to people talking, and that would make me, I'd be going to the toilet, sorry, too much information probably for some.
I don't mean though.
Going to the loo, have all the anxiety around that. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Yeah. But it's small. You stretch your comfort zone, don't you? And you get a little bit more confident. And it's a very supportive environment. I think that's what I love. It should be anyway. If you're not in a supportive environment, then that is that's a red flag, really. But you should be in a supportive environment in your team and in your business. Your business should very much be your pace, your way. And if it's ever not feeling like that again is a red flag. So that's the other thing I love about it, is genuinely, you're entrepreneurs, but in a really safe space.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you don't have the perfect upline, because having the perfect upline can be a challenge, to find somebody that is that amazing, that is going to support you all the way. Even if you haven't got that, find somebody, find a buddy, find a friend, find somebody like me, find someone that can be there and be that, because your upline is not the be all and end all of all this. You can be successful without an amazing upline. Lots of people do it. But that the company, the products, that passion, I think, are the three main things. You've got to have those. To make it anywhere. You really do. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. One of the things that surprised me most about the industry, and I don't know how you found this as well, is the opportunities that it brings you. And I think for me, definitely, I would never have experienced half the things that I got from direct selling. Personal rewards, incentives, things that I was able to do for myself as well, that work-life balance, all those things.
Yeah.
Did you feel the same?
Oh, and oh God, I haven't. I mean, that's such a big one, isn't it? Especially, I mean, for me, I know not everybody's got children, but for me, just being able to work everything around and never miss a parents' evening or all of the, I don't know, sports races. I mean, I forget now. They're all at senior school now, and some have got jobs, so it's hard to imagine. But all of those things that dominate your week, dress your child up in whatever for book week. I mean, it's remember those days. I mean, I don't think my husband even knew where the school was. I mean, they didn't know when he turned up at the gate. He had to produce a password because they weren't sure who he was. But so it was all on me. So I really needed a job that was flexible. But yeah, no, I loved all the time that I had with the children. I could work when they'd gone to bed. That was fine. And yes, just the money can't buy experiences. Going to, I don't know, we went to a launch in one of the really nice fashion stores in London, all the travel trips. I mean, I've traveled, that opened my eyes to really nice hotels. I mean, we didn't used to do that. I'm a backpacking kind of family. We didn't go to 5-star hotels and have all inclusive and all of these things. I mean, it was just brilliant. And again, with the best people on the planet, just really fun, women who've got your back, and some men who've got your back as well. It's not just for women, I know, but yeah, incredible. The travel trips were amazing as well.
I think I hate the phrase. I really hate the phrase, but you find your tribe, don't you? You are surrounded by, or you can surround yourself with people who are on that same mission as you, with that same drive, that same passion, that same desire to go and do and be proactive and take action. And I think that really, really helps.
It does.
Really helps. Yeah.
And that's where you'll find your, you were talking about buddying up, because it's not all about your upline, of course, but it's about finding that connection, that person to ring when you're having a bit of a down day. Because it's not, it's not all like, my journey has not been all up. If you zoomed in to my progress, sometimes it was flat, sometimes it went a bit down, but it went up again. And that's just business. That's just life as well. But yeah, finding a work wife or just somebody to bounce off who's perhaps not even in your team is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, definitely. So your journey has been ups and downs, like everybody's in this, but how did you get where you are now?
How did I get where I was? Oh, well, I think it's just very goal driven. And for me, the way that I so from Pampered Chef, I went to Stella and Dot, and that was where I found the magic came together, because I had the product, the company, the vibe. I was in fashion. It seemed simple, fun, and I just had all that energy and excitement, and I was attracting people. People wanted what I was having, shall we say. So I did grow a big team, and I kept going, and I kept very consistent. And the thing that I always aimed for the trip, actually. The trip for me was the thing. So by aiming for the trip, and we had one every year-ish, I felt like that if I did that, then the rest would come, because I'd need to sell a certain amount, I'd need to recruit a certain amount. So I earned every single trip with Stella and Dot, which I was very, very proud about. And then when Stella and Dot closed, I was obviously, I think I was the top level in the end. I was joint top level. So people tried to recruit me. So that's how I got in. People were like, come and sell coffee, come and do this, come and, samples were coming through my door. Like it was like Harry Potter, when all the letters keep arriving, everything was just coming through my door. But I really wanted to stay with jewellery. I'm a jewellery person. So I found Park Lane, and thought I'll buy the company this time, and then it'll be mine. But with all the support. So that's how I'm where I am. But it's through hard work, it's through consistency, it's through setting boundaries as well, because you can, when you've got your own business, you can work all of the hours, but that can burn you out. So I didn't get burnt out. I did reward myself. I set up family rewards that we could have when I'd achieved what I needed to achieve, and we were all bought into it. Everyone was very supportive. I did have the support of my family, and I know not everybody does, and sometimes you do have to show them, or get a different family, not a new family. But sometimes you need
or just leave them to it, and you get on with your thing, and surround yourself with the people who are into it, and talk to them about other things. I've been there.
No, I'm not suggesting you be in your family, honestly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's tempting, but no. So the thing I want to kind of get across by speaking to you is that you start with a kit. You start with a kit, and you invest some time and some energy and some passion and that little bit of money into starting a business. It can take you anywhere, and it can take anybody anywhere. And it's not it's all right for you because, is it? And I used to hear this a lot. Oh, it's all right for you because you've got a big network of people. Well, I didn't when I started. It's all right for you because you're a leader. Well, I wasn't when I started.
No.
And it's all right for you. You're great on social media. Well, I learned to be great on social media. It's not anything to do with that, is it? It's not.
No.
It's just, it fascinates me what people can achieve with this. It's just brilliant. So would you, to end with, share your top tip for anybody in this industry right now that wants to make it to their own success? What would you say to them?
Stay in the game. Stay in the game. If it's not for anyone else. Why shouldn't it be for you? But find some support. If you've got the right, you've got to have the right product. I think, I don't know. I think you've got have a little, just have a look and see if you're in the right space. If you're not, then be prepared to change. If you're in the right space and you know you are, then just like go for it. Look in this group, the support that you've got in this group, all of the podcasts, there's so much free help as well. So I think stay in the game, get the help that you need, put yourself first, because by helping yourself, you will help the people around you. You don't realize how inspirational you are to other people. So I don't know, that's not much of a top tip, is it? But it's worth it. I think that's what I'd say. It is worth it. It's worth the work.
Worth it. Definitely worth the work. But find the product, find the company, find that passion, and take action.
Take action. Yeah. It's got you've got to, it's the old Nike, isn't it? You've just got to do it. And you can't get much wrong. I don't think you can, like we're not brain. I mean, in my original job as a pharmacist, I could make a life threatening mistake. That was the reality. So really, to be honest, there's no such thing as a jewelry emergency. It might feel like it, but there isn't. It's not that diabetic medicine. It's not something being out of stock that people have been on for 10 years and they're going to be really ill without it. It's if I send someone the wrong colour of earrings, it's not the end of the world. And if you take the fear away, I think, a little bit, enjoy what you're doing, and just go out there and do it. And we're with you. We are with you. I would help anyone, even if they weren't in my team. If somebody asked me for help, I would help them and give them advice. And I know you do that too, Anna.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on here. If anybody would like to find you, Wendy, where is it best for them to connect with you?
Facebook is my jam, really. I'm not so much on Insta or TikTok or any of those kinds of things. So Facebook, I'm Wendy Ann Jones on Facebook as a person. I have got a style and inspiration group. The company that I'm with is Park Lane Jewellery. So we have got a Park Lane Jewellery UK page as well. We have got a Find Out More group if you want to find out more about the company as well. But I'm happy with just me as a person. I'm happy to be just find me, Wendy Ann Jones.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for coming on, and thank you everybody for listening.
It's been lovely. Thanks everybody, and thank you, Anna.